Thank you very much. Good night. Hello, friends and neighbors. Stevie Coyle here, webcasting from Mighty Fine Guitars in Lafayette, California. Nice to see you. And I see Bobby, and I see Sissy, and this is a Michael Propsom guitar. We're going to talk about Propsom guitars today. Michael Propsom is a very fine builder out of the Portland, Vancouver, Washington, actually. And I just opened the box here 20 minutes ago. This guitar was shipped to me, and it is moderately fabulous. And I'm hoping that Michael will actually pop online here. And do let me know if he pops online there, would you, Ducky? A hand, please, for Miss Valerie May, She-Gore, Mistress of the Machines. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's fabulous. I'll make a slight adjustment here. Sorry about the noise, kids. There we go. And Michael Propsom. This is an OM, kind of traditional OM specs, reasonably close to OM specs, and absolutely gorgeous. I opened a box and this guitar popped out in a fabulous Meritage case as well. Let me tell you all about it. The top is Lutz spruce, which is a hybrid spruce. The back and sides are Ziricote. And let me show you, make sure you get a good angle on that, Ducky. Thank you. Is the lighting good?
There's a big reflection.
Big reflection thing in there? The thing about these doggone guitarists, kids, is that they reflect so much. But that's Ziricote, which is a rosewood relative. And the neck is Honduran mahogany, of course. Rod to a Blanchard-style truss rod. The rosette, I'm going to whip it around, and if you can get a shot of the rosette there, that'd be great. That's Paua abalone. Look at that. Isn't that fabulous? And the bridge and the fretboard are Ziricote, just like the back and sides. And it just, the case is an Meritage Silver Series, nitro lacquer finish, the in rosewood, and the bracewood is spruce. And it's got some shallers for tuners. That is quite fabulous. Aren't the knobs cool? Yeah. Some nice shaller tuners there.
The knobs are from Cartier.
From Cartier, of course. Precisely. Michael has spared no expense. Wonderful guy, this Michael Propsom fellow. Met him at the Healdsburg Guitar Festival. May it rest in peace. It was a great show. And met a lot of people there and played his guitars, and like so many guitars that I played at that show, I played it and I thought, you know, this guitar feels like it sounds really good, but it's so noisy in here, I can't tell. But I took the guitar outside, which is what you did at Healdsburg, and you were able to hear just fine out there, or into one of the little padded cells that they had that were conveniently soundproofed as well. And what wonderful, wonderful sounds. Let me see, he sent me some extra propaganda on the guitar here. Oh, that's just a warranty. Do you know, I'm hoping he pops on so he can answer the one question I have. There's another Propsom here I'm going to show you, where the sides are doubled up. Michael was a student of Bojo Podanovics, and Bojo's whole thought was that you double up the sides, you make the sides double thick, two thin veneers instead of two layers, not veneers, instead of a single solid piece, because then you're not driving string energy to vibrate the sides, which don't really generate that much tone by themselves. So he would double up the sides of the guitars, and Michael Propsom does that as well, and I'll show you that on the big OM, the plus size OM that we have in the shop as well. But this is the one that just came in. Really clear bell tones, very much a modern sort of sound. This is the sound that all the kids want these days, is real bell tones, lots of sustain, lots of overtones getting generated. tons of sustain. I got to try a little alternate tuning action here briefly. Michael Propsom, you're online. Good man. Folks, if you have any questions about the guitar, the builder is online with us right now. Type in your questions. If you didn't know you could type in questions, you can do that. And somewhere on your screen there, if you're a first-time visitor or haven't done it yet, there's some sort of little button you can push to be apprised on your devices whenever we go live here at Mighty Fine Guitars. So Michael Propsom, thanks for joining us. Tell me, is this a double-sided guitar like you often do, the Bojo style? That's my question for the moment. Michael, I just popped this out of the case, and it's fantastic. Good heavens. And I especially appreciated the way you packed the headstock here. I really like this. Can you get a shot of this, Ducky? That's fantastic. It's always a good idea to immobilize the headstock of the guitar when you transport it or when you ship it, because that's what often happens. That was the classic break. You know, back in the days when you used to be able to lock your guitar before you put it on an airplane. The luggage carousel and crash down onto a roundy bit, and you'd open up your case, you'd unlock it and open it up, and the headstock would have broken right here. And that's because there's so much mass up here, the guitar would whiplash inside the case. So when you transport a guitar, when you ship a guitar, you really want to immobilize the headstock so that can't happen, because that will still happen even in these days when you can't lock your case. That still happens unless you immobilize the headstock. Yes, a question in the back.
Yes, it is double-sided. Bojos are not double-sided.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's... Well, Michael, clear me up on that then. I thought that the Bojos were kind of double-sided things. But you're double-siding. And we'll wait and see what he says. Thanks for the clear-up. Appreciate it. Great one, Michael. Rings like a bell. And Michael, perhaps you can tell me, because I've plumb forgot. Lutz spruce is a combination, is a hybrid of what? It's Sitka and something else? Get me straightened out again if you can. Yeah,
That's the fact. You already.
I got that, but I think the thing I was wondering about was the double-sidedness. Maybe it's on here. The nut width is 44 millimeters, almost 1 3/4, just shy of 1 3/4, and I think we got all the rest of the salient specs there. String spacing at the saddle, which some fingerstylers in particular are concerned about, is 2 3/16 down here. Very comfy guitar to play. Very comfy. And huge. I don't know if the mic is picking up the way the overtones get propagated here, but those two notes are just swirling around each other and keeping themselves going. They reinforce each other. So if you're looking for sustain, if you do that kind of modern lyrical stuff, or even for the percussive style, where you're doing a lot of slapping and tapping, you'll get tons of sustain out of a guitar like this. Zeracody back and sides. Got to do another little alternate one. Delicious. Lovely. But let's press on to the other Michael Propsom guitar I have in the shop called the Soloist. And Michael, I don't have the specs handy on this one. I do know that it's Amazon rosewood back and sides and a Carpathian top from Transylvania. Lovely Amazon rosewood. It's a close relative of Brazilian. Thank you very much. There's our close-up. Excellent. Mahogany neck. Schaller tuners. And a Carpathian top. All the way from Carpathia, which I think is Transylvania, which I think is probably something else by now. And this is sort of a big, Michael calls it a plus size OM. It's sort of a big OM, roughly OM specs and configuration, but everything just expanded a bit. And again, tons of sustain, tons of overtones. And just kind of bigger in every dimension, physically and sonically and every all. How rude I am. Are there any questions or comments, Ducky? Nothing to... no pressing issues? Same scale as the OM, I'm guessing. Yeah. 25 3/4, so really long scale. Is that right? Yeah, good. Observed. 25 3/4, long scale. Which is great for those alternate tunings, because when you have a very long scale guitar, you can slack the strings. For all you slack key players, slack key means you're slacking the strings. For alternate tunings players that are playing down in dadgad or D or Orkney or Darkney or open C or any of those tunings where you're tuning the strings down, long scale is good for you, because it means that the string, as you slack it, won't get as floppy as it would on a short scale guitar. The trade-off with a short scale guitar is that the strings are easier to push around and press down. But if you're playing alternate tuning stuff like .34, 25.34. That's it then. So it's a little different from a regular long scale. But anything over 25 is considered long scale, and this is one of those. Sailing homeward one night on the deep, swinging in my hammock, I fell asleep. I dreamed a dream and I thought it true, concerning Franklin and his gallant crew. And it's still ringing. So thanks for tuning in, kids. Just a quick shout. Oh, let me ask if there are any more questions or comments. Anything at all? Oh, yeah. Menudo. I remember them. Well, thanks for tuning in, kids. A quick feature of Michael Propsom Guitars today. Thank you very much to Valerie May for personing the camera. And as I said, rock on, rock. And tune in next Friday. We'll have more features. If you've got any comments or questions, you've got the builder right online here, and the conversation can continue even though the web. Oh yes.
Michael says he thinks he forgot to add the price. It's $5,200.
$5,200 for the new one, for the OM, right? And we've got $5,100 for the Soloist here. So $5,100 for this one, $5,200 for this one, and you would not go wrong with either one. They're both moderately fabulous, truly fabulous guitars. This one is Amazon rosewood back and sides. That's the Soloist. And the OM is Zeracoti back and sides. Over here we've got Lutz spruce on the top here. And over here we've got Carpathian spruce. And those are the main things that people want to know about the woods on a guitar. Both mahogany necks, I'm quite sure. Schaller tuners, Zeracoti fingerboard, and bridge on this one. I think we've got ebony over here for bridge and fingerboard. And Michael Propsom out of Vancouver, Washington, just right across the river from Portland, Oregon. And thanks for tuning in, Michael, and keeping me square on my numbers. And thanks everybody else for tuning in. Friday noon-ish. I try and do one most Fridays. And tune on in. You can get back to these for other people to these videos because somehow has room to store all of these. We've got videos going back years. And you can find that on the videos link off of my homepage, the Stevie Coyle page. I pop these over to the Mighty Fine Guitar page as well, pronto, right after the webcast, so it'll be over there as well. So send your friends, say hello, and the conversation can continue, like I say. Feel free to talk to each other on the crawl there, even after the webcast closes up. And Michael Propsom, I'm sure, will be happy to answer any questions you've got about his guitars. Fabulous. Propsom, Propsom Guitars. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Stevie Coyle signing off from Mighty Fine Guitars. Down the road. Oh, thank you.